All right, dude. All right, dude. I think we're live, dude. What the heck, bro? Let me see here. Let me fix this real fast before we hit Facebook up. Bam. There we go. I think we're live, bro. I'm pretty sure we're live, bro. I'm pretty sure we're live. Let me get these old luscious locks out of the way, bro. Let me get the old locks up and running, dude. The old dreadlockski, monoxki. Oh yeah. Okay, here we are. Just scoot over just a little tad so I can look at you right into your eyes. Hello there, who's here? Anybody up in here? Cheerio, mate. Top of the morning to ya. Hey, we've got some people up over on YouTube already. I've seen some hearts. What's good, bro? Let me make sure this went everywhere it's supposed to. All right, here we are. Who's here? Let's see here. What's going down? We got the chat going up on screen. Okay, we do got that. How are y'all doing today? You like the cool ass little new setup? We got the American flag up in here. America. You know what I mean? We got that American flag. You like the new view ski over there? You know what I'm saying? We got just a little cool setup over here, dude. Hell yeah, Ground Rising, Ground Rising. Alicia, what's up? Lisa Brown's on YouTube, what's up? Facebook, what's good, homie? What's happening? Cheers. Mm, Just seem, I don't know, it just looks quite nice, I suppose. If you're here, don't be shy. Drop your location in the comments, homie. You know what I mean? Let's see. We got Astro Strange up over here. Well, how's it going, Lisa Brown? Melissa Clark's in the house. What's up, Team Human? It's Team Human. Team Human. Dang, we're up in London. Prestige worldwide. Wide. The first word in entertainment. Dang, what's up, Justin? How's it going? Howdy doody. Howdy doody. What's up, Keith Gleason? I see you. What's up, dude? Giggles is in the house. How's it going? Pretty Ricky's up over here. Just chilling, big chilling. Give me my shit back, dude. Okay. Let me just pause that up right there. Don't touch that right there. Okay. Let me just don't touch that right there. All the way down to the very bottom of the screen, brother. Oh yeah, here we are. What's up, my guy? What's up? Hell yeah. Vanessa Wellner, what's good? Kelly Ann. Hey, real quick, you guys, check this out. On Facebook, if you're on Facebook, player, can you just do me a solid, bro? Just do me a solid, bro. Where am I at? Bruh. I'm at 905 subscribers, bro, on YouTube. I'm trying to hit 1,000, bro. If you could possibly just jet right over to YouTube, bro. Tripoverdrip on YouTube. I'll even drop the link right in YouTube for you to go. if I'll drop the link up over here. Oh, come on. Sucka ducka. I'll even drop it in freaking Twitch if you're not a sub on Twitch. Tripoverdrip. If you could just go over there and just hit the old sub button. I am live streaming on Twitch and YouTube as well. So that's where you can see, obviously, that I'm live streaming up on the screen, bro. But if you could just head over there, just give me a follow on YouTube, player. It'd be so much appreciated, homie. What's up, everybody? We got some people up over on YouTube. What's up? What's up? What's up, motherfucker? Whoop, whoop. And that's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. All righty, my guy-ty. Let me make sure we're all set up for all this, because I'm pretty positive we were right over here. I'm pretty positive, Pretty positive, mate. Hello there, amigo. What's up? Hola. Que paso, mi amiga? Okay, so basically this is how it's going to go. This is how most of my stuff goes, except for this one's going to be a little different. So, you know, we're actually like all over the place talking about all sorts of things up over here on Tripoverdrip. Or Facebook, Trevor Hess, if you want to call it. We get into, like, unfortunately, just the way the world works. We talk about some politics, some MK Ultra psyop type propaganda type stuff. We talk about aliens, Jesus, Jeffrey Epstein, Tartaria, Humunculus, etc., etc., etc. We were watching a documentary yesterday. We're probably going to end finishing that documentary if I can locate it. But we'll also be watching some clips on X about some things that are going on in the world today. But I like to do this thing called a mindful message, okay? Because no matter where we end up by the end of the stream, I just hope that the people who come up onto my live stream, I can leave you with some, what I like to call some spirit food. If that makes sense. Some spiritual meat, player. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to do in just a second. And then we're going to watch some clips. And then we're going to probably end up... Whoopsie! That's a Mortal Kombat reference if you didn't know. And then we're probably going to end up watching some more Mind Unveiled. You know, there's a couple more I was seeing, you know what I mean? We might get into one about the Cabbage Patch Kids, the Little Rascals. There's ones about all sorts of stuff. I hope to see you at the end of the stream. But if you're here right now, can I just get a sort of a head count for people that are here? All I'm asking you to do is possibly just comment Team Human in the comments, regardless of what platform you are on. And if you're on Facebook or YouTube, can you guys just start just smashing the old like button just a bunch of times if you possibly could? It just really helps the algorithm out, you know, just really helps me get my message out there. They're trying to hold me down. But I just keep drinking coffee. Ain't nobody gonna hold me down as long as I drink my coffee. Just kidding, bro. Just playing, just having a grand old time. Let's see. We got Keith. We got some people up in here. Dang, 17 up over on Facebook, 9 on Twitch, 4 or 5 on YouTube. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. But be honest with yourself for just 1 second. If you keep living exactly the way that you're living right now, what exact version of you are you becoming? If that question makes you uncomfortable, can you please just drop the word today in the comments so your future self knows the exact moment that you stopped lying to yourself? What if the thing that we keep calling being stuck or being lost or just the way that I am is actually you training yourself to stay small in the middle of a spiritual war that is happening today, not tomorrow, not next week. It's happening today. You keep saying you're waiting for the right time. Look around, bro. It is the right time. We've watched a convicted trafficker with an island full of powerful visitors, and the story just vanished. We're in real time watching governments lie to us into wars. We're watching AI eat jobs, and then the people at the top of the AI companies, they don't really even know how to control this thing. Your feed is a constant drip of war, scandal, disaster, outrage, and it's all tuned to keep your nervous system in a permanent fight or flight. And you're still probably telling yourself that you're waiting for a sign. Bruh, this is the sign. So let's be straight. You already know you're out of integrity with yourself, like the addiction you keep calling just a little habit, the relationship that you know is rotting you from the inside, the anger and the sadness you keep bottling up until they explode, the promises you make to yourself each night, and then you've already broken them by midday the next day. You feel the gap between the human you're being and the human you know that you're meant to be. You don't need another prophecy. You just need a decision. And now it's here where I'm going to take it into quantum physics, and it's something that we don't really talk enough about. It's entanglement. In physics, when two particles interact, they become entangled. Their states linked so deeply that measuring one instantly tells you about the other, even if they're far apart. Reality at its core is relational, and you're no different. You're entangled with your habits, your environment, your friends, the content that you consume, your family patterns, your beliefs about yourself. And every time you choose something, you're reinforcing the links. When you choose numbing, you have entangled rest with running from myself. When you choose chaos, you entangle aliveness with drama. When you choose self-betrayal, you entangle love with abandoning me first. Later, when real peace or real love shows up, your whole system freaks out, bro. Because you're entangled, because your entanglements are wired to chase what's familiar, not what's healthy. You're not just stuck, bro. You're wired into a pattern. And if that hit deep, please drop a pattern in the comments, because what you're actually fighting is this, bro. Entanglement is also your way out. When you choose differently, even in tiny ways, you start forming new links. When you say no to one more all-night scroll and say yes to sleep, you entangle self-respect with rest, not just with grind. When you tell one person the truth about how you're actually doing, you entangle strength with honesty, not just silence. When you show up to the gym, the walk, the journal, the therapy session, you entangle discomfort with growth, not just pain. Change one node in the network, and the human you today, and over time, the entire web of your life has to reconfigure. That's not magic. That's just how complex systems work. And to be honest with you, bro, cheers. This is way bigger than you. Your entanglements don't stop at your skin. You're plugged into your family line, the community, the wider human field. And when you stay numb and defeated, the systems that profit from that, they're going to stay strong. When you start breaking patterns, you're not just changing your story. You're quietly rewiring the human network that you are a part of. One human chooses to feel, think, and act differently. That it guarantees it shifts the field around them. That's quantum spirituality in real life, bro. So what does start making changes today actually look like? First things first, it's not perfection. One new entanglement right now, like if your coping is killing you, pour it out, delete it, cut it in half today. If your phone owns your mind, remove one app, kill one notification group, set one hard limit today. If your body feels like trash, give it 20 minutes of movement and one real glass of water today. If your room looks like your brain, clean one part of it until it reflects where you're going, not where you've been today. You're telling the universe, your nervous system, and your timeline, I am no longer entangled with my own neglect. I'm choosing a different pattern. That's spiritual warfare, homie. Most of the time, it's not candles and rituals. It's boring, gritty, unsexy choices that slowly free you from the web that you've been caught in. Oh, shit! It fell down! And spiritually, stop waiting to feel ready before you move. Nobody feels ready. The human who changes their lives are the ones who act like they're still scared, still messy, still entangled with their own self. Your purpose isn't hiding. It's backed up behind all the tiny movements you keep voting for the version of you that's dying. So today is another vote. So yeah, if this is in your face, it's on purpose. Because I respect you too much to make it soft. The spiritual war is going on today. On your For You page. In your web browser. In your diet. In your breath. In your I'll start tomorrow. You are either strengthening the entanglements that keep you small or forging new ones that slowly turn you into a human that you know you're supposed to be. There is no neutral. So ask yourself right now, before you potentially swipe away or go do something else, what is one concrete action I can take today that my future self would be proud to be entangled with? And then go do it. If something came up in this moment and you feel compelled to, please drop it in the comments. Because go do it today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. I love you, Team Human. Hey! Damn, that was pretty crazy, bro, that shit freaking dropped behind me, bro. Scared the fuck out of me, homie. Scared the fuck out of me, homie. What's up, dude? We got 6 people up over on YouTube, 15 on Twitch. We've got 9 up over here on Facebook, bro. If you're here, say, hey, girl, what's up, dude? And another one bites the dust. And another one's gone. And another one's gone. Another one bites the dust. And then you. And you give me 2. Another one bites the dust. What's up, dude? What's up, dude? This is the best part of the first half of my day. Thank you, comeback kid. Thank you. Thank you. What's up? We're here. We're chilling. We're big chilling, homie. We're big chilling, homie. Hell yeah. So let's come over to this stuff I was doing over here. You know what I mean? We can just come back over to the stuff I was doing. How y'all doing, motherfuckers? What's up, dude? What's up, Kimberly? What's up, Amy? Michelle? Joseph? Alice? Alyssa? Misty? What's up? Who we got on Twitch? We got on Twitch. We got 5 people on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, just drop some aliens. Everybody just drop aliens. I'm trying to get a head count. I'm trying to get a head count. Hell yeah. All right. We got some mugs in the house, huh? What's up, dude? We got some mugs in the house. Let's go. Dude, I so wish I could somehow. Facebook, I'm telling you, we're up over here on freaking. Right here, look. I wish I could put your guys' comments on the stream, dude, but Facebook won't let me do that. If you guys want to come, hop over. Let's see, we got. Oh, shit, boy. I'm only at 89 more subs, bro, on YouTube. Hell yeah. And then we're on Twitch as well. So if you're on Facebook and you're seeing, oh no, dude. And you're seeing comments on your screen, those comments are from the people that are on YouTube and on Twitch. So just like, I'll do it one more time. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Yes. There's the link to my YouTube. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs. I'm really grinding out here. I'm at 911, 911. Weird. Tripping out over that. Schmeared. All right. But we're at 911. Hell yeah. That means I'm only 89 to my goal, bro, of 1,000. And then I can get monetization, bro. What's up, boy? I'm a weird person. Just deal with it. Or leave. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. All right, we got some shit to get into today, and then we're going to watch some more Mind Unveiled, all right? Sorry, let me just keep clicking this out, dude. But before we get into that, bro, I just got to check in with you guys. Human to human, bro. If you're a human here, just type Team Human, or maybe you're not a human, maybe you're extraterrestrial. But I lost my temper today, dude. I got really mad this morning right when I woke up, and I started yelling at people I shouldn't have been yelling at. And I just got to hold myself accountable, bro. Accountability is something that helps behaviors change, you know? And it just feels differently for me to hold myself accountable in front of the camera that I just lost my temper today, and it really just fucked up my frequency today, and I'm just on the recovery end of that, you know? So I just wanted to just let y'all know how human I am, that we're all one and the same, bro. We're just humans, bro. I don't get up on here trying to ever give off the energy as if like I'm not a human that struggles just like you guys. That struggles just like everyone who's out there struggling right now, and everybody who's on top right now, and everyone that's feeling low right now. I just experience it all. And the more I can just come up in here and just relate human to human with you, bro, it just helps me as well. I hope that it helps you. Just me always trying to relate with you on a human level, because it doesn't matter if I have these platforms or not. At the end of the day, we're all just humans, bro. And we all struggle with the same stuff, and we relatively, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, of all possibilities, we relatively all just experience roughly the same things, just in different ways. So just wanted to keep it 100 with you, you know what I mean? Because keeping it 100 also helps me. So yeah, thanks, guys. Let's get into this shit. If you're struggling today, you know what I'm saying? Just, you can just even comment the word resonate if you resonate with that. This lets me know, you know what I mean? I love you guys. About to give you some heart skis and the Menard skis. Well, my camera is kind of just fucking give me the hearts, dude. Where's the hearters at? I'm not getting them right now. Let's see here. Where is my freaking VPN at? It says the United States. It says I'm glitching a little, though. Smeared. It's weird. All right, well, maybe you'll catch up and get better, bro. I wanted to watch this clip yesterday, dude. I wanted to watch this clipski with you guys. Dang, we got 8 people on YouTube. Let's go, YouTube. What's up, dude? YouTube's in the house, homie. What's up, everybody on Facebook? I love you guys. Appreciate you. If you guys could just smash the like button a whole bunch of times, I love you forever, boy. Let's just watch this guy. The Epstein. This was a clip I wanted to watch yesterday, and it didn't really work. Didn't work too well. Oh, we moved on to something else. That's what it is. Lawrence, what's up, player? I see you, homie.
Files reveal the Epstein files reveal the largest genocide in human history, and it is being hidden from your eyes. 8 million children go missing every single year. Look at all these people with black eyes. Politicians, your famous actors, the Pope, high-level people. They all participate. This is an email from the Epstein files. All you need is a blood transfusion from the pack and you reverse aging. Adrenochrome is the molecule created in adrenalized blood, meaning when your adrenaline is high, when you have fear, right? That's why when little kids are tortured, they have more adrenaline in their blood, and then they drink it. It gives them a high. It also makes their skin look younger. And I've known about this for quite some time. There are whistleblowers who came out, who have been trafficked, who talk about this. It's known, but now the Epstein files just prove it. See all these celebrities with black eyes, that's not by accident. That's because before they do you know what to the kids, they have to get punched in the eye as a humiliation ritual. It goes even deeper than that. You see, the reason these people have so much power and influence is because when you do ritualistic magic with a child, that child is closest to God, the spirit world, so it creates universal energy. When you kill a child, it creates energy in the spirit world. They're utilizing that energy for whatever they want in the world. They're actually taking that ritualistically, it's magic. It goes back to the Aztec and Mayan civilizations. Yes, these people are sick, demented in the head, but it's also way deeper than you can even comprehend. They're targeting children because they're powerless and they're closest to God. We need to stop this. We need to save the children. And guess what? Even all of these Epstein files released, I guarantee nothing's going to happen. None of those people will be prosecuted, right? Because they have the power, right? They're the ones doing ritualistic magic. They're the ones with the highest levels of power, wealth, influence in the world. We need to put an end to this. It is up to us. It's in our hands.
It is in our hands, ain't it, Team Human? It's fucking up to us. We need to save the children, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, that's all that actually fucking matters. Is the children, bro. It's the children, bro. And I guess now, yesterday, my video's like, hey, I'm fucking shadow banned, bro. Do you guys think you understand why I'm shadow banned? It's probably because I show stuff in clips just like that. Facebook, YouTube, we're trying to just transition, really just build it over to YouTube because YouTube seems a little bit less, I don't know. They're all restricted, bro. We got 10 people on YouTube. Let's fucking go, bro. Hell yeah. Dude. Dude. Dude.
The people at the top are doing hardcore occult.
Dude. 10 people up on YouTube. What's up, Darren Hazley, Scott, Richie Rose, the comeback kid. What's good? What's good, bro? Dang, I never had 10 people at once. I think I did one time. I had 12 people on YouTube. Tripoverdrip on YouTube if you want to jet over there real quick. You know what I'm saying? We're going to watch this Kurt Mensker and Duncan Trussell clip. It is 10 minutes long. So before we get into it, I'm going to play the first 30 seconds. And then I'm going to pause it. I'm going to run and go grab something more to drink. And then we're going to come back and watch it. I'm just going to tease y'all so you guys feel more enticed to stay. Why is my internet doing that, dude? They don't like it.
Is it the Apollo program's a Lucifer Is it the Apollo program's a Lucifer program?
Yeah.
Did you know the Apollo program is a Lucifer program? Wait a second.
So here's what Mormons are, and sorry if anybody's Mormon here. Mormons are ultimately a cover for a coven.
Woohoo! Let's get into that. You guys ready to get into that? The Mormons are ultimately a cover for a coven, he said. Damn, duty. Damn, duty. Damn, duty. I just gotta go play a little bit of boob tube for you guys, a little bit of YouTubes, a little bit some YouTube scoops or some YouTube. Let me find something out. Oh, Chris Webby came out. Whoa, what? Chris Webby came out with something new, bro. Okay. Let's see here.
United States, and it is very strange who is behind it. We all need to pray that France, for their own sake, does not win the World Cup, otherwise there might not be a France. And despite YouTubers being blamed for killing Hollywood, it looks like they might be the ones to have to save it. We got all of that and so much more.
Nada's not feeling that, homie. Not feeling that. Let's just go here. I'll be right back.
One of the lies that I learned from Holy Blood, I would say that you don't necessarily have to play the game by the rules. You are
kind of putting your acting career, Hollywood career on the back burner to concentrate on family, get back to your roots, and slow down.
How do you impart what you learned, and you've been through it, dude? You've gone, all the way through the SEAL teams and contracting and all the things that you built here because of something inside of you that had this drive to go build it, achieve it. How do you impart that on your kids? Because that's one thing that you can't manufacture, hardship.
You spent a decade in Transformers, films where the entire premise is robots coming to kill humans. Then last month, you told Fox News, you're now 72% ready for the apocalypse at your off-grid cabin. And you said, in quotes,
I'm less afraid of zombies and more afraid of AI robots now.
I don't know if we're ever going to fully be able to protect ourselves from what's coming. Meanwhile, you spent 15 years quietly building a...
Crazy. Go check that out. Sean Ryan's the dopest, dude. All right, who's still here? Who's still here? Sorry, I was gone for a few moments. I had to trickle my pickle. Go to the party. Are the Latter-day Saints the same? Yes, they are. LDS and Mormons are the same. Let's get into this Clipski over here.
Are doing hardcore. So here's what Mormons are, and sorry if anybody's Mormon here. Mormons are ultimately a cover for a coven, much like all the other religions here. The people at the top are doing hardcore occultism. They're warlocks.
They're warlocks, he says.
Moroni, they're macaroni, as some people call him.
Yeah, sure.
He's the Prince of America. This is
Anything resonates with anyone?
the principality. But the thing that's really important to understand is they've been altering and manufacturing parasites. Go to my text.
The Mormons have?
No, the government has, and all of them have, and going back before the government. The Templars were known for huffing cat assholes to get that crypto.
What?
Yeah. The cryptosporidia that goes in your brain
No,
from cats.
toxoplasmosis.
Sorry.
So wait, you're saying that they actually went...
Okay, so
Wait, what?
think about demon exorcism, how you'd have to fast beforehand. That's how you kill parasites.
I'm sorry,
A demon exorcist, you have to fast.
1 second, go back. We need to read this.
What?
There's a...
Thank you, Julia. Let me check on that. I heard some information about a lady in Tennessee yesterday having a whole entire mall locked down because at the hospital she was trying to continuously bite humans. Can you give me information regarding that?
I looked at the news and found a report about a Tennessee woman who was accused of kicking a nurse and a police officer in the face and biting another officer at a hospital in Franklin, Tennessee. This incident was linked to her arrest for driving under the influence. While she did become belligerent at the hospital, there's no mention of a mall being locked down or her repeatedly biting multiple people to that extent.
I did hear that now. Maybe she was a zombie. I don't know.
Name for what you're describing. Based on the search results, behavior described is known as the Flyman response when cats...
The Templars smelling cats' buttholes.
One second, go back. We need to read this.
What?
There's a name for what you're describing. Based on the search results, the behavior described is known as the Flyman response when cats sniff each other's
That's
asses.
not nothing to do with it. That's not at all adding to it. It's not. We don't.
I
Need
just
to
didn't know there was a
anymore.
name for that.
Tracy Twyman's research. I don't think she said it as smelling cats' buttholes. I don't know that it's going to come up in Google, to be honest with you. This might be
Knights
something.
Templar smelling cat
Okay,
buttholes.
keep going to the other shit that I texted. We're getting sidetracked, and I really want people to know the ultimate secret of aliens. Oh, that great Lindsey Graham picture. Okay, go on. Wait, this is a little bit.
Oh, don't. No, go back to that deep space travel, please.
Yeah, but that's the parasite part, and we're missing a part.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to leave out the piece of this. This is crazy, man. Go back to. Can you pull up an image of a man sniffing
when
a
he was
cat's
talking
ass?
before, okay, here we go. So I want to know: are they parasites like those ones you can get from cats? Now, my friend Gray here does not know about this shit that I know about. And if you've heard Donald Marshall talk about the vril lizards that put a thing in your eye,
you mean like the Wrath of Khan, but it was in your ear.
Exactly like that, but there's a story going around, and I asked him if that was a thing. He said no. He goes, they're tiny parasites, but visible, and they cultivate and culture them. Keep going.
Dude, this is
this is the very last one. This isn't right. What's after this? Parasites are physical, but there is a relationship, and they help host demons and spirits. So here's the deal. You know your DNAs are an antenna?
Yeah, I know that.
So certain parasites, and you have bacteria in you. You're
lots of it.
They understand these principles. So they've been cultivating certain parasites that they say stimulate evolution in people.
Wow.
So that's part of the alien. That's going to be, I promise you, well, I can't promise, but I bet you, just on the previews I saw, the Spielberg movie is going to be all about this.
Can you pull up Baldur's Gate 3 Parasites? You've literally described my favorite video game is all about letting parasites into your fucking brain that give you more powers.
That's exactly right. And
look, pull up that picture of the brain. That's so in Baldur's Gate, it's called illithid powers.
I played it, and I got illithid powers.
I did too. My whole brain was corrupted by the end of the game.
Face. The other thing is that cuttlefish look.
And you could fuck him. Did you know that? You could fuck him?
Oh, of course I know that. What do you think, I'm a jerk?
Can you pull up YouTube fucking the Cthulhu?
No, you don't have to. I saw it. It's a special thing. Can we just show
them? They might not have seen it. I don't. Spoiler.
You fuck the bear in it. It's crazy.
I didn't know you could fuck the bear. You can fuck the bear?
Yeah, the guy turns into a bear. There you go. Now imagine what those. Imagine the hentai.
The mind flower.
Pizza Hut. Speaking of parasites.
What toxin blast, Moses? Cat buttholes are smeared on all of our pepperoni. This is the best. I wish it wasn't a lady. My guy was a dude. Banged him.
The very first reward I gifted myself.
Just jump a little bit when he starts using those tentacles.
I mean,
Oh yeah. Hello.
Look, we're getting off track here.
No, we're not. We're on. Now we're back on
grip
track.
She has on that phone.
She's like yanking his.
You mind if I yank your face cocks?
Here we go. Look at this. Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
You got one dick for your titties and one. Milk lemonade. Round the back, cancer is made.
So I guess Baldur's Gate and Pokemon are both messaging from orders to tell us what's actually happening.
Salt Lake City in the house. What's up, dude? What's happening, bro? What's good?
Here.
Look, here's why I appreciate the Bible being drummed in my head as a kid, because there's only so many stories. Most of them in the West come out of the Bible. That's true. The themes.
Yeah.
If you come from another country, you have different themes in your head. There's only so many, when you get a set of Legos, you can build whatever you want, but fundamentally changing the Legos would be the equivalent of smashing the app. Do you understand? So if you're going to write stories, there's only so many stories, you're going to hit on real shit.
But don't you wonder, man, hasn't it occurred to you, and I don't know, but it feels like what you're saying is like you were born into this cult. It's an control group for warlocks to...
No, wait. I'm in the part where they're not. My mother's not a fucking warlock. My mother'd be hard. My mother probably. It's good we're not releasing this because I wouldn't want her to see this because she's into it. She's firmly in the control group. But one thing it gave me was an inoculation against any kind of group thought. I didn't do Christmas. I didn't get a cupcake in class when the kids got a cupcake.
Is anybody else like that? Which ones grew up in religion? Can you just maybe just drop it in the chat? Which one's which? I'm sorry, I'm moving because I'm trying to see if my camera can keep up or if it was glitching like earlier. I'm over here getting my fucking laps in, honey. I grew up in the Mormon church, I grew up in the Mormon church, yeah, where they fucking touch boys. Scout camp was so weird and was also gay. Yeah. I grew up Mormon. Anybody else grew up in a religion, bro? Bro. Dead ass, dude. I can just resonate with this, bro. If you were raised in a religion, bro, yeah, I'm going to the lower kingdom too. You're right, Leah. She says my family thinks I'm going to the lower kingdom. But bro, if you were raised in a religion and you have still found God after leaving that religion, bro, you're unprogrammable, bro. You don't think that the religious program is like the deepest they run, bro? They're literally programming you about the creation of humans and like what's right and what's wrong, bro. The religious and spiritual programming runs deep into our DNA, bro. So if you grew up in a religion and you just knew that there was like real spiritual truth, but maybe not the way that the group is telling you that you have to live or be or think, or maybe there's concepts that they wouldn't have never even fucking answered the questions. It's like, oh, doesn't it say in the Bible, all seed-bearing plants I give to you? So why are you tripping on me about weed, homie? But then, because the programming there runs deep, and we're just tribal people as humans, you know what I'm saying? So, like, naturally how, like, the mechanism goes is, like, it's either the same or the complete opposite for kids' spiritual path of their parents. Can anybody relate to that? Do y'all resonate? I'm from a Mormon family. I grew up Mormon. My biological mom is a Christian witch. My adopted parents were both in the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. My dad was a professor at Brigham Young University. My mom played the organ for the Tabernacle Choir. Like, the Mormon roots run deep, boy. And in my ancestry, I'm part of the people that came over from the East Coast to come over to Utah. I think we talked about that a little bit yesterday. Oh shit, motherfucker! Dang, that's crazy, bro. I almost freaking...
I mean to make you paranoid, but it occurred to you that you are 100% still in...
I spilled my coffee on my keyboard, had to save it. I had to jump and grab it, bro. I know, bro. I need something to clean this mess up with. Darn it. Be right back. It's gonna clean it with this sheet. It's gotta go to the laundry. I'm so lucky. I gotta keep this coffee away from over here. I'm gonna fuck some shit up, dude. Dang, dude. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just real, bro. Like, I grew up in this, like, really, really culty type religion. I mean, if you have just done some research onto the fucking Mormons, bro, that's, like, really culty. It's, like, way more culty than, like, just everyday Christian religions, at least as far as I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so... if you can escape that programming, bro, you're unprogrammable, bro. You just have to use your discernment, bro. Who do we got up in here? We got hello from Kansas City. What's up, Carrie? Haven, Kristen, Leah, Bajorn. We've got 18 people up over here on Twitch. What's up, dude? What's happening, homie? We got 7 people on freaking... Damn, we got like over 30 people together. Arizona's in the house. Hell yeah. Are you guys all up in the Discord, bro? Let me just drop this Discord link for y'all. We gotta get... that's where like the real community happens, because like I only stream for a little bit every day, you know what I mean? But everybody who's like on Team Human player is up in the Discord player. We got so many chats, bro. We got so many different chats and got all sorts of peeps up in here. Let me just go over here and just get this link real quick. Just drop it up in the chat for everyone. If you're already in there, love ya. What's up? If you're not in there, come on, bro. Get up in here. Get up in the Discord, bro. All right, we need at least one person to join the Discord before I bounce. Before I go back to the video we were watching, bro. And then chill right here until we get one. We got to get at least one. Someone join the Discord, bro. The Discord's lit, bro. We got to get one. I guess we don't necessarily have to get one. There might be people right now downloading Discord just to get up in here. So we won't just chill here, but we will come back and check. We will come back and check. It's just a group chat, bro, where everyone like that's on Team Human, bro, we're all just up in there, bro. We're all just up in there chatting, talking. There's all sorts of chats, bro. We should be sharing our food recipes, showing house plants. We've got a music channel where we be sharing music videos and music amongst each other. We've got a Do You Want a Red Pill, like a conspiracy chat. We've got a wellness chat, and it's specifically for what they don't want you to know about health. We've got a one where you can, like, if you're into like tarot cards and you want to put tarot cards up in the chat, you can go ahead and just do that, and then you could read other people's readings and shit. We've got one that's got promote your socials. So if you're like a content creator or you make stuff or you like do art and you have like social media platforms that you would like Team Human to go check out, maybe follow, maybe purchase, you just never know what isn't going to happen when that happens, obviously. But we got a promote your own socials chat. Like, tell me right now what kind of content creator actually is just like only worried about himself and see if he's gonna let you come onto his platform and promote your socials. It's because there's no difference. I don't walk in front of you and you don't walk behind me, bro. We're both humans, so you walk side by side, bro. And if I'm going up and you have the dreams to get socials and you have like and doing anything social media, your business, you paint, you freaking do woodwork, you like to talk, you're a therapist, whatever it may be, we got that channel, bro. Peptides. Oh, peppy tides. You don't have to apologize, Scott. Information is information, homie. You know what I'm saying? Information is information. So, like, you just do what you will with it, right? You don't have to necessarily label it as good or bad, offensive or not. The information is available, and you actually just get to choose if it's applicable or if it's not. And if you could try your best to just always look at information as in that lens, is it applicable or is it not? Before you decide if it offends you or hurts your feelings, it will give you just that much longer to process the information and be able to enter that arena in a neutral setting, instead of like how this ideology that we've seen take over, where if there's certain topics or names or people that potentially people get offended by and talk about. To be honest, if you don't know anything about peptides, you should just do some research into it. It's a really big thing in the world right now, in the health industry. Not even in the health industry, just like a little side hustle that's parallel to the health industry. You should look into it. You never know. It might be what you need. It might not be what you need.
Nicole, and you're actually
Cupcake.
I don't mean to make you paranoid, but has it occurred to you that you are 100% still in the cult and you're actually part of what they're trying to do to disseminate?
It has occurred to me, but I had to expand my mind as to what the cult entails.
Right.
And I just told you exactly what it is. Of course, we're all in, the Matrix ain't computers, dude. It's just a house of cards of lies, and you contribute to it by trying to dodge hearing the truth. I don't mean you, but you see what I'm saying?
I don't want it. No, really, like, honestly, like, the stuff that you're talking about, if it's real,
Let me read this to you. The parasite stuff, though, is huge, and the government-related programs even have their own type they use.
Let's play a mind game. Let's play a mind game. You want to play a mind game? Can we play a little thought experiment? I'll play this thought experiment with you guys. Close up. Dang, my eyes are getting red. I can see it on the camera, bro. What's sorry? What's sorry? Hey, Scruffmeister made it to Discord. Let's go. Let's go. Scruffmeister's in the Discord. All right, so comment your answer. It's neither wrong or right. But do you believe that the people who are running the religions across the planet, whatever individuals are designated by the religion to be running the religion, whatever religion it is, how would you describe the people who run them? How would you describe them? Now, we could talk about, like, you know, the Catholic Church, how it would lead people to believe if you're a sentient and awake human on the planet. And for some reason, why is it a stereotypical? Some may find it inappropriate, but it's just like common knowledge about the pedophilia and like Catholic priests. Why is that? Like, why is that? Why is the correlation there? And if you understand that there is a correlation there, it makes it hard to not think that that's how the power structure is. There's lots of pedophilia in the Mormon religion. There's Freemasonry in the Mormon religion. I seen a picture of fucking the Dalai Lama, bro. And the Dalai Lama and Jeffrey Epstein had fucking a connection, dude. Definitely feels like the governments even potentially have these weird connections. You know, I just dead ass, you know what I mean? Howard Lutnick, for one, right? How is it that fucking the fucking Prince Andrew, bro, in a different country was revoked of his princehood for having a connection to Epstein? But there are still actively people in our American government that are still running the country today that have insane amount of connections, bro. No wonder fucking Iran calls these fucking the Epstein wars. Cause it seems to me that fucking that's what it is. Like, do you actually think what do you think that this period of time, you know, like we've been programmed that every time we think about World War II, there's only real two things that we ever really think about, specifically if you're an American as well, is you think about Pearl Harbor, us dropping the nukes, and then the Holocaust. Those are the only three concepts that we really, really think about when it comes to World War II and a general consensus. Unless, you know, there's people that have like deep dived into World War II and know what happened between Poland and the Soviet Union at the time, and how we were like providing weaponry and financing a lot of different sides of the war and stuff before we ever even got involved. There's just lots of information, but majority of the people believe those are the only three topics that really they have like a basic propagandized opinion on it. Do you feel as if in like 30 years, when all the fucking old decrepit fucking tales from the crypt ass motherfuckers that are running our country are gone, unless they figure out how to upload their consciousness before then and find immortality, then we're all fucked. But in 30 years, that these wars will be remembered as the Epstein wars? Tell me what's up. Because I feel like in today's day and age, bro, the people that are running the show, bro, they never really had to deal with like Candace Owens and the sleuths that fucking watch her, right? That's what she calls them, the mommy sleuths. I wasn't meaning that in any derogatory way. You know what I mean? It'd be similar like me and Team Human, right? Her, like the people that follow her, bro. And this whole Charlie Kirk thing that she's been talking about, and Erica Kirk and all the information regarding it. The people that pulled off that fucking mission, that military operation, regardless whether the military operation allegedly that happened to take him out, or the military operation of the cover-up that seems to be a cover-up allegedly from whatever we are experiencing that are being told from us, or like the Fed slop, right? There's been, I don't think that they really, the powers that be, the reason that's why they're pushing, I feel like, this AI data center, surveillance center, Palantir type shit. Wait a second. Speaking of Palantir, I know something you don't know. I know something you don't know. This is gonna be crazy, dude. Yo, what's up, Perplexity?
Hey, not much. Just here to help you out. What's going on with you today?
Not much, just big chillaxing. I got a question for you.
Sounds good. What's your question?
First of all, can you know the company Palantir?
Sure thing. Palantir Technologies is an American software company known for its data integration and analytics platforms. They develop tools that help government agencies, the military, and large corporations analyze massive amounts of data for real-time AI-driven decision-making. The company is headquartered in Miami and is publicly traded. They've been involved in projects with the U.S. Department of Defense and other government organizations, which has made them both influential and controversial.
Okay, I have a question about Palantir, but I just want to take a quick tangent real quick on another little thing about Palantir. Is that cool?
Absolutely. Go ahead with your tangent about Palantir, and I'll do my best to help. What would you like to know?
Can you please explain the origins of the word Palantir, why Andrew Karp and Peter Thiel picked Palantir, where it comes from in the J.R.R. Tolkien world?
Sure thing. The name Palantir comes straight out of J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings universe. In Tolkien stories, the Palantiri are magical seeing stones, crystal orbs that let users communicate over vast distances, observe events far away, and sometimes glimpse the future. They weren't inherently evil, but in the stories they often misled users who lacked the full context. The word itself is from the Elvish language Quenya. Palan means far, and Tyr means watch over. So Palantir roughly translates to those that watch from afar. Peter Thiel and Alex Karp chose Palantir for their company, founded in 2003, because they wanted to evoke that idea of seeing and understanding information from afar, using data as a sort of seeing stone for modern decision-making. The name underscores their goal of helping organizations integrate and analyze massive amounts of data to gain insight and foresight.
Okay, can you please tell me what happened with Palantir and the the food chain Wendy's?
Wendy's, through its Quality Supply Chain Co-op, recently partnered with Palantir Technologies to modernize and optimize its supply chain operations. Palantir's advanced AI platform helps Wendy's forecast demand, spot potential shortages before they occur, and streamline inventory and ordering. The goal is to create a fully integrated network connecting suppliers, distributors, and restaurants so Wendy's can improve operational efficiency, reduce waste, and better handle promotions like their $1 Frosty deal.
Wendy's and Palantir have united forces. Dun dun dun. I don't eat there really. My kids do a little bit. They got a little good deal. I sometimes give them Wendy's. We haven't eaten McDonald's forever, but come on. I gotta ask. Got a question. Who knew about the fucking Lord of the Rings Palantir connection? I just was hoping. I'm just hoping. I'm just like saying some, bringing out some stuff that not a lot of people knew about or ever connected. Who knew? Who didn't know? Can you just let me know somehow in the chat? The Palantiri. They picked it so they could watch everything from afar. Isn't that kind of a crazy connection now it's using for surveillance? Weird. Shit, I fuck, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you. I just wanted to. Sometimes we be talking about stuff you already know, bro. I just like to come up in here and just drop little gems, little nuggies. You know what I'm saying? Just little nuggets of information that hopefully y'all didn't know. Thank you. Let's finish this clip.
No paper trail that I know of, but there is a paper trail to the DOE using fungi neural network stuff. Similar concept. You've heard
Like
that shit.
mycelium.
Anyway, parasite with the mycelial network. Anyway, parasites have a major relationship with moon cycles and even relationship to certain sins. And they help host. Dude, it's a major part of the. So now, the mystery of why pork's no good to certain people. So when he's talking.
Okay, it was working. Sorry, my keyboard was messing up, bro. Sorry.
That was huge, and the government-related programs even have their own type they use. No paper trail that I know of, but there is a paper trail to the DOE using fungi neural network stuff. Similar concept. You've heard
Like
that shit.
mycelium.
Do you guys know about mycelium? Mycelium. What's mycelium? Mycelium. I gotta show you this, bro. I gotta show you this. I wanna read this off to you, bro. We're gonna pull up some shit here, okay? Okay, I'm live on stream right now. I have roughly about 30 people on stream with me, and I'm trying to provide them information on how impactful just mycelium, the word itself, and how important it is to the whole entire ecosystem and what it is. Can you please provide factual information regarding that topic? Did you guys? I didn't say that. There's sometimes, bro, when I swear to God, one of these days I'm gonna show it to you, bro, and you're gonna see it, bro. There be times, bro, when I'm sitting here talking to this chat, dude. Whoa, what's going on? Can you guys see what's happening? You guys are, my screen is still all jacked up. What's going down? I don't see it happening. Can y'all hear me? What's happening, bro? My screen's showing that it didn't change at all. Can you guys see that? Can you guys hear me? Can anyone hear me? If you can hear me, say what's up. I don't see nothing moving. Can you see it? Everyone can hear, okay, but you can't see my screen. Can you see that I pulled up a whole bunch of information about mycelium? It's echoing. Okay, let me turn that off real quick. I just want to know, can you guys see my screen? What are you seeing? Up top is froze. Up top is frozen. Well, check this out. Live on stream. Here we go. Gonna fix that shit manually. Gonna try and jam up on me while I'm with the homies, bro? Hell no, dude. Shit no, dude. Hell no, bro. Ain't nobody gonna hold me down. No. Got to keep on moving. Ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Ain't nobody gonna know my shit. There we go. Nope. Okay, keep this right there. Okay. I gotta just take this little guy and just shrink it a tiny bit. And just crop it just a little bit like that. Hit done. Bam, son. What's up, dude? Here we are, bro. Can you guys see the words on top? Here we are. I fixed it, bro. Sorry, you guys just see me little tism out a bit. Success. 2 experience points granted. All right, so mycelium. Dude, it's mushrooms, homie. It's mushrooms, homie. Mycelium is the underground thread-like network of fungus, and it matters because it helps decompose organic matter, recycle nutrients, and support plant life across ecosystems. It's not just mushroom roots. It's a simple sense. In a simple sense, it's the main vegetative body of the fungus doing most of the work. Mycelium breaks down dead wood, leaves, and other organic matter with enzymes, returning nutrients to the soil so new life can grow. In a forest ecosystem, it also forms symbiotic relationships with the plant's roots, helping plants absorb water and minerals more efficiently. The nutrient exchange is one reason people call it the forest hidden support network. The ecosystem impact. Mycelium helps close the loop in nature by turning dead material into usable nutrients, which keeps soil healthy and supports bacteria, insects, plants, and animals. Some fungi associated with mycelium can also help immobilize or break down toxins to store carbon in soil, which can benefit climate and soil stability. In simple terms, it helps ecosystems recycle themselves instead of piling up dead material. Hey, Boone, what's up, Boone? Thank you for the stars on Facebook, G. I love you, homie. Thanks, bro. Hey, thank you. All right. Let me just show you guys. I'm going to show you guys what's up. Check us out. See over there? Dude, I got this whole shit fixed up over here, bro. Over there, I fixed all that shit. It was organized, bro. All my merch stuff is organized. Tripoverdrip. I just had to just show you guys I've been grinding over here trying to get everything to run as efficiently as possible so I can just be effective as shit. And beforehand, I just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to show you guys what I was working on because my homie Boone, he lives in Australia. He's up in here. I've been wanted to show him I've been grinding. Yeah, if you notice, I changed the direction that I changed my shit up. I moved my desk around, got rid of some stuff that was piling up over here, cords, etc. Got it just more feng shui, more smooth, more where I can just work efficiently up in my freaking wizard cave. My wizard cave. And I actually, if you look over here, babe, I put all your art stuff on that metal grate one. You know what I mean? I pile it all up. I got all my little stencils and stickers like all down here's where I put the boxes of clothes that I have. Got it organized. You know what I'm saying? Figured that out. Shit out, dude. The wizard cave. Can I show you a cool ass little thing that I did have up? The American flag fell, bro. And I'm actually going to change all this stuff up behind me, bro, because for some reason you got to fucking get to the point where you're like, this is where they see me. It's in my element. It's in my habitat. So I want to try and build it around me to show you personality and shit more than I do just by speaking. But mycelium is the internet of the forest. Like I said in the mindful message, you know what I'm saying? Declutter the space, clean things. If your brain feels scattered, bro, cleaning and organizing things helps your brain do the same thing, bro. The energy shift is very healing. It's like a tension relief. It feels better, you know, when you like get a place that's cluttered and shit. Kelty, I got you. DM me, bro. You're right. Healthy head, healthy home, bro. I'm just trying to, I feel, I'm going to bring you in close. We'll talk a little bit, you know, we'll chat a little bit. Basically, mycelium, bro, see, I'm close right here. Hell yeah. Mycelium is the internet of the forest. That's all I was trying to get at, bro. They're huge, bro. Mushrooms are so important to us, and we've just been programmed to not think they are, but who the fuck told me? Nobody told me that when I became an adult that I would have to do laundry every day. And I use that specifically because, if I'm being honest, laundry is like the one thing that starts to get cluttered up the most if you don't keep doing it. You know what I mean? And then when the clutter builds up, the feng shui of the room gets staticky. And I could only deal with so much static for so long, you know what I'm saying? So like it's just gotta my brain has been how how cluttered and just chaotic my little cave has been, bro. I also like there's an area over here where my son sleeps when he is over here when he's here, and then behind the computers there's like a PS5 and a big screen TV so the kids can play video games. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bigger chill area. So upstairs where the bedrooms are, you know what I mean? My kids don't feel like they want just to hang out. They're like hanging out in their room, especially if maybe me and Queen Trip were up in the living room and shit. Yeah, dang, we got a squad up in here, bro. But yeah, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I just energetically felt decluttered, and that's, just why I'm trying to encourage you, because I know you got a drawer there's probably a drawer in your kitchen, you know what I mean, that's full of just a bunch of shit that just accumulated for months, bro. Everybody has one of those. It's a bowl, it's a place on the table in your kitchen that just gets cluttered with bullshit from everyday life that for some reason can never just be seen to ever be put away. You just gotta do it. Declutter it up. All right, declutter that shit. It'll declutter your brain. Dang, I just closed my shit. Okay. All right. Let's get to the next clip, bro. Oh, yeah. Fuck you, Mark Rubio. Check this out. It says Marco Rubio is told directly by protesters that he's a cuck for Israel. Shit's funny, dude. Because he is. It's funny because it's true. Ooh, ooh.
You're a cuck for Israel. Fuck you. Cuck for Israel. You're a cuck for Israel. You're a cuck for Israel. Fuck you.
I just find that was my little SpongeBob. My little SpongeBob laugh like. Sorry, I tried to do it. Thank you for the stars, Boone. Thank you again, bro. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, this is a good one. I wanted to bring this one up specifically because this is what it just seems to happen. Whenever anyone from this current Trump administration is brought in front of this Congress or a committee or whatever and has to answer questions, they always just bring things that, they like did their research, they like spied on them a little bit, found some dirt, and then they're getting like ask real fucking questions, and then their response is to like potentially throw that congressman up under the bus by like, oh, fucking, you're a good stock trader. You know what I'm saying? Here's Scott Bessent.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Let's be clear here. Nobody is interested in the ramblings of a capo in the most corrupt regime in American history. We want to get some facts about this deal. That's what we're here for. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and I will ask my questions first today.
And we would like to hear what Adam Wyden and Jeffrey Epstein talked about. Your son's largest investment position was Rick's Cabaret. So did your son and Jeffrey Epstein talk about pole dancing as he begged him for money using your limited credibility?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems as if like that's what they're doing. So they're trying to allegedly prevent people from asking them real questions with the worry that this dude now just brought into the limelight, the connection that this congressman and his son have with Jeffrey Epstein, because now this dude is going to be forced to answer these questions and people are going to look into it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's almost like setting them up. So they bring like Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, fucking Pete Hegseth, and these congressmen know, like, if I push and ask certain things, it's possible that they're going to try and bring something up about my past, which they're all probably corrupt and they all probably have things they're trying to hide. So it'd be very easy. It's probably like a scare tactic. Like, if you're going to ask why this fucking data center is going in Utah, bro, you know what? We're just going to bring up that one car crash that you got in where you killed the person because you were drunk, or whatever it may be, you know? Whatever it may be. He says, should I just proceed? He's like, yeah, please, please. Please just proceed. Please just proceed. Oh yeah, this one I can't show you because the sound, I muted it. But look at this, bro. I'm obsessed with ancient fucking architecture, bro. Let me mute that shit. This shit is magnificent, bro. I just want to show you this, bro. Look at this temple, bro. Like, what the fuck, dude? Imagine, like, whoa, bro. This is insane, bro. Look at that, bro. How come we don't have buildings like that anymore, bro? I think it's because they've programmed us to be disconnected from source. Look at that, bro. Look how crazy, dude. It's insane, bro. I love ancient architecture, bro. And I love ancient cultures. I'm fucking obsessed, bro. And the best way to understand ancient cultures is also to have an understanding of the gods they worship and the buildings they build. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here we go. Let's hear it from the demon's mouth himself. Benjamin Netanyahu starts to laugh when he was asked if President Trump actually did call him fucking crazy.
President confirmed that he said you're effing crazy. How did you react to that? What really happened in that call?
Well, I'm not going to get into details of our conversations. We've had thousands, well, a lot of them. And if you think this is a crisis, you should be in some other conversations. But we've always found a way. We have so many agreements. We agree on the main things. We want to get Iran, the nuclear program in Iran, finished. We want to make sure that Iran...
Is there an agreement that if he doesn't just allow you to do whatever you want to do, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, that you allegedly will release his connection to Jeffrey Epstein?
It doesn't pose a threat to Israel, to the Middle East, to America, that it doesn't develop nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them, not only to Israel and to every capital in Europe, but to every city in the United States. That's our common goal. That's what we set out to do. And to expand the circle of peace, as the President and I did in the Abraham Accords together. So we have common goals. Sometimes we have, as in the best of families, you have...
What is the common goal? Because you're right, Queen Trip. I think the story might be fake or fabricated because it's inevitable. If they're pushing the story for what it is, then it's just factual proof that Bibi Netanyahu can just do whatever he wants to do, and President Trump doesn't have the ability to control Bibi. That's really what it is. He's like, hey, dude, I'm over here trying to get a peace deal. When we obviously know, if you're not new to this, then you know what's up. But if you are new to this, bro, this war's not stopping anytime soon, bro. If you just do a little bit of research into like the Greater Israel Project, bro. They've got a lot of land that they still want to take, bro. They still got a lot of land that they want to take. And it also seems kind of crazy and fucked up about this fake stock market and how supposedly it's showing that we're just doing great, and how these military decisions are like before or after the market opens or closes, so that it doesn't affect the market. So they can say that we're in the months of peace deals, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh my gosh, there's going to be peace. Let me put all my money back into the oil fucking the international oil shipping thing. Let me put all my money and buy stocks in these companies that have plummeted because the Strait of Hormuz is closed. And then what happens is it goes up, and then guess what? There's no peace deal. And then all of a sudden the people who make money make the money, and it goes back to right what it is. It's just like this up and down in the market, so that the people that understand what's happening can just get rich and get rich and just get rich and just get rich and just keep getting rich as everything and all costs and all prices just skyrocket, and yet we just don't ever seem to make any more money. James Lee, what's up, homie? Friend of the show. Hope we can have a conversation one day. But yeah, it's happening. Citizens are now being spied on and arrested for protesting AI data centers. Why? Because the purpose of these facilities isn't to power chatbots, but to create infrastructure to surveil you 24/7. Let's just watch old James Lee's little clip here.
Right here came by because I'm trying to organize a community protest against a representative who's trying to push in a data center owned by an out-of-state company.
Well, we disagree, and our state's attorney disagrees. Okay, so you are going to be placed under arrest right now, okay?
That's right. If you don't like AI data centers, you're a terrorist. You don't like Israel, you're also a terrorist. Back in March of this year, a hack in the Department of Homeland Security shone a light on the agency's AI surveillance ambitions, exposing over 1,400 funded contracts worth a combined $845 million, showing that the federal government is heavily funding private sector companies to develop advanced mobile biometrics, automated CCTV tracking, and predictive policing systems. Now, publicly, we already know that the Pentagon has a $9 billion joint warfighting cloud capability contract with companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Oracle. Recent reports indicate that the sequel, dubbed JWCC Next, will similarly be a multi-award contract, but, quote, at a bigger scale than its predecessor. And this is important because functionally, these buildings actually belong to the military surveillance industrial complex. And that is by design, as this arrangement, this public-private partnership, allows them to spy on you 24/7, allegedly, while laundering your Fourth Amendment protections through this private corporate shield, because technically they don't belong to the US government or military. Which, oh, by the way, could be fusing with Israel.
Woo-hoo-hoo, shit, boy. No way, motherfucker. It couldn't be. Who, me? Yes, you.
Right here came by because I'm trying to organize a
How crazy is that, bro? It's time to fucking lock in, Team Human. Can we not see what's happening, homie? You heard me, bro? You heard me? Can we not see it, bro? We not see it, bro. It's the bald-headed pedophile cannibals that are controlling everything. Let's see what old fucking mind unveiled. Let's see, we're 1 hour and 22 minutes in, all right. I'm gonna look up this real quick. Let me just see here. Babe, you remember that video, Ari, the comedian? I want to find it. What's his last name, bro? I don't know where that clip is, dude. But I want to play it. I've been thinking about it for a few days. Actually. What's up? If you're here on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, can you say hello? Can you say hello? Yep, that's his name. Right there. Ari Schaefer. Boom. Where are you at, Ari? I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Maybe I just put in violence. That's it? Right here?
Your vote doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And what about politics?
I don't give a shit.
You don't find it a great
I really don't
treasure
care about politics.
trove of
Some people
material.
do. I don't. I think the system is corrupt. Every time I'm walking on the street, somebody's like, hey, vote for so-and-so. I'm like, it's all corrupt. Anarchy is the only way we're going to change anything. Violence. Kill a politician. That's the only way you can change shit.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're joking.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, voting is not going to make a difference. It has never. Not in 100 years.
So what would you like to see?
I'd like to see some politicians start getting murdered and reform this government.
Oh my God.
Do one that's not corrupted. I'd like to get business out of government, and they're not going to do it. So the only way to do that is start killing people.
And isn't that exactly?
Look around the world. How has anything changed around the world? How has any regime change happen around the world? Violence. That's the only way. You think people in Arab countries are that much different than us?
Yeah.
Violence. That's the only way you depose a system that doesn't represent the people anymore.
I mean, I think the wonderful thing about...
We don't need no comments on all that, but just putting it out there. There's lots of different opinions about what's going on, but we can all see that something has to change. I don't condone violence. I don't believe there ever should be violence. Why do you think I try so hard to do what I'm doing now is just to talk to as many people as I possibly can to just... there's a different path, bro, and it's through love and community and unity. They can try all they want, but if we can stick together and create real communities in a country that has been fragmented based off of political and racial and sexual ideology, then we can actually start making change. We will pray for you. Pray for Canada. We pray for all peoples. We pray for all peoples to escape the tyrannical systems that we've been stuck in, bro. The tyrannical systems that we have been stuck in. You guys down to watch something about Jesus, bro? What are you guys feeling? I'm watching one of these. I don't know which one yet. The Ragamuffins? The Cabbage Patch Kids? Let's watch this one. Jesus spoke Arabic and lived in Europe.
Holding only a few hundred years.
Shout out Mind Unveiled.
Welcome. This video dives into the fraudulent nature of our history. One must question everything we've been taught about our past. Is history truly an exact science? Or is it a fantasy woven by those in power? We aim to present this information and uncover further connections to create a captivating exploration into the realm of our mysterious past. This video isn't meant to be conclusive, but rather a tool to assist in questioning the established mainstream narrative. With that, let's begin. What is history? Do we really know our history? Growing up, we're led to believe that history is an exact, absolute science of the past. From ancient Sumeria, Egypt, Greece, and Rome, to the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. Academic textbooks, museums, insider archaeology, and Hollywood have created the current aesthetic of history that we're all familiar with. They'll have us believe that we know everything about human history. But how do we know this is the case? Because these so-called experts say so? How can we be so sure that this supposed science of history is accurate? It is only when we review history from that standpoint that we will begin finding many plot holes and inconsistencies in the narratives that we're told. In order to build upon this, we must first discuss the nature of history and chronology itself. Many who have come with automatic emotional reactions to this question are operating from the default programming that we've been given. It may be good to address the crowd who believes that Jesus never existed, or that the Jesus figure is solely a representation of an astrological event or even cataclysm. these are all fair considerations that will be addressed as we proceed. So, did Jesus speak Arabic? Many may find that a ridiculous statement. Some may feel fairly certain that the language of Jesus was Aramaic, as this is what the scholars have told us. However, there are many things to be considered. What really is Aramaic? Did the events of the Bible really take place in the time that is presented to us? Who were the real Romans? And why was history erased and rewritten? Many people believe Jesus was born in Bethlehem around the year 3 CE, or the year 0 CE, or before Common Era. But what if I told you this Common Era doesn't span over the course of 2,000 years, but in fact began only 1,000 years ago, and that Jesus was on earth during the Dark Ages, the time in which the New and Old Testament of the Bible were being written in the new languages that were forced upon an Arabic-speaking European populace?
Okay, let's just catch everybody up. Who's here? I'm just letting you know now. If you're here watching Mind Unveiled, this shit gets crazy, bruh. Like, dead ass, this shit gets insane. The type of information that is available. Does it apply? You're the only one that gets to decide. If it doesn't apply, just see the information as it is. That's where we need to get at. As humans, we have always been interested in learning more and perfecting what we learn as much as we can, right? Or if we're like builders, entrepreneurs, it's always about doing better and getting better, right? We can get better by just taking information that might be controversial to your spiritual beliefs and just seeing for what it is and for what it isn't. A lot of people get quite prissy when you get down to the old Jesus figure. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say, take it with a grain of salt. You get to decide what you believe.
Sounds crazy, right? The New and Old Testament of the Bible were being written in the new languages that were forced upon an Arabic-speaking European populace. Sounds crazy, right? If Jesus really did exist 2,000 years ago, then why did Renaissance painters decide to paint biblical figures within their own time period? Once or twice, you could say it's just a coincidence. However, we can find hundreds of examples that truly seem odd, for obvious reasons, like how the biblical subjects from these paintings were painted within scenes depicting Renaissance-style architecture, and also wearing garments indicative of a time period 1,000 years after they were alive. Was it really just up to the artist's imagination? How could these painters, who were known for being historically accurate, somehow consistently mess up on these details? According to historians, this is called a medieval anachronism. They will have us believe that in the Middle Ages, ancient history and past epochs were simply mixed up, and that the artists were just ignorant. However, this is not limited to just paintings. It can also be found in literature. As with Petrarch, who challenged historical narratives through his critical examination of documents, indicating a deep-seated anachronism within medieval literature as well. He highlighted that the privileges
Just a second, I'll be right back.
supposedly granted by Nero Caesar to the House of Austrian dukes in the 13th century were indeed falsifications. In the modern accepted timeline, the Habsburgs and Caesar are separated by 1,000 years. Why wasn't this obvious to Petrarch, who was one of the most intelligent minds of the Renaissance? The modern historian finds it absurd to consider supposed ancient figures like Caesar as contemporaries of medieval entities such as the Austrian dukes, who began their rule approximately 1,200 years after these Roman figures. Yet, this conflation of timelines was a topic of serious debate during Petrarch's era, revealing a broader tendency to mix distant epochs with events that were unfolding only a few hundred years ago, and even during the times in which the new timelines were being scripted. The recurrence of such anachronisms suggests that medieval narratives often placed ancient events within much later timelines, a pattern also observable in German medieval chronicles. This phenomenon extended even to the popular conception of gladiator fights, commonly associated exclusively with ancient Rome. Contrary to popular belief, such combats were not relics of the past, but persisted into the medieval period, with documented instances like the gladiator fights in Naples around 1344 AD, attended by notable figures such as Johanna of Naples and Andrew of Hungary. These events, eerily mirroring ancient traditions, ended in fatalities just as they had in ancient times. If this is the case, perhaps there is more to these biblical paintings. For example, the painting by Christoph Schwarz, Christ on the Way to the Calvary, painted in 1580. Online, you can only find edited versions of the painting, but the original in the Museum of Uppsala University, you can see that the original had interesting features. Christ is depicted in a strange manner, and we see that the writers are wearing turbans, and the flagpoles are crowned with crescents. Also,
y'all still here? Sorry. My dogs were tripping out. Had to make sure they went out, dude. Had to make sure they all went out. What's up? Who's up in here? Let's see. We got 7 on YouTube, 13 on Twitch. We got 2 over here on Facebook. What's good? Dang, I didn't even grab more drink, dude. Dang, dude. Dang, dude.
So the soldiers have shields on their back. One of them has a crescent moon on them, and the other has an Orthodox cross. The question is, why was this painting edited? If it's just an anachronism or imagination, there would be no reason to edit the painting. However, someone felt the flagpole and shields needed to be changed, and in turn, erasing the Arabic influence that the painting originally depicted. Here's the altered painting with the crescents removed and the new flagpole. This is what it looked like in the original. There are many anomalies within these Renaissance paintings, and this is only the surface. Another strange occurrence is with the 3 king paintings. There are several examples of the 3 kings arriving to visit.
I'm sorry, but for whoever knows, you guys know, homunculus, bro. I just see it every time I see one of these little tiny babies and they just have like an ugly ass man face. We got the homunculus up in the house, you know what I'm saying? We got that homunculus up in the house. If you don't know what a homunculus is, you're gonna have to go and do your own little research. But I just keep seeing these little babies, and I see so much occult symbolism in these pictures, if I'm being 100% honest with you.
Christ, and one of the flags is a crescent. Is this referring to Islam? But how could that be possible? In this one from 1460, there are also medieval castle-like buildings in the background and medieval ships. Now, some may argue that a crescent alone is not really that suspicious. Perhaps it's just some type of heraldry or artistic liberty. However, there are more. For example, in the Cologne Cathedral altarpiece from around the 1500s, we see the flag again, except this time, it is clearly referencing Islam. Is this just a mistake? Here's another from 1423, painted by Gentile da Fabriano. This is one of the greatest masterpieces of all time. We can see a large group of people have come to see this event, and on one of the horses is a golden crescent moon. But that's not all. The Virgin's halo has Arabic writing on it. What is that doing there? We will cover this further in a later section. Here's another painting from the 16th century by an unknown painter. Apparently, in the middle of the 14th century, they just made up coat of arms.
Like, look at that ugly ass fucking little baby right here on the right side, bro. Both of them. It's a fucking homunculus, bro.
Arms for the Magi. But why would they need to do this if the Magi existed in biblical times 1300 years prior? What if these weren't made up by an artist, or rather, an accurate depiction of the coat of arms for the Magi that were existing during the time of Christ's true birth in the Dark Ages?
Oh, like the 3 wise men who brought myrrh, frankincense, and gold, which are like alchemical ingredients for alchemical rituals. The 3 mages, magi, that's literally what it means, is the 3 wizards that came to Jesus' birth.
It's not just the 3 Magi. This is an engraving from the 15th century Florentine Chronicle. You see the biblical Joshua, who lived long before the birth of Christ, depicted as a typical medieval knight. The city is supposed to be Jericho, which Joshua is assuring. We can see that there are Christian crosses visible, with some questionable architecture. Then there are the Annunciation paintings, almost all of which depict the Virgin in a medieval environment, reading from a book that should not have existed during her lifetime. There is a Bible from the Gutenberg Museum that showcases an Old Testament army with cannons. It would seem that the medieval artists were not aware that these weapons were not supposed to exist during those times. It would seem that these artists believed that Jesus existed during the medieval ages. Here's an interesting painting that shows a rifle next to Christ. And there are countless amounts of these paintings.
That's crazy. A rifle next to Jesus? What the fuck?
Paintings that show biblical figures in medieval armor and clothing. Are we to believe these are all due to ignorance? So when was the birth of Christ? Mainstream history will have us believe it was 2,000 years ago. Let's also keep in mind that Jesus marks when a timeline was reset. Anything before is before Christ. But the question is, why does this event signify a new historical timeline? It wasn't until the 16th century that we began to get a continuous chronology. Most of the time, people could only date events a few centuries prior. One of the first to lay the foundations of chronology was Eusebius Pamphilus during the 4th century AD. However, there are many issues with the dates, and the originals only exist in fragments. Everything else comes from St. Jerome in Latin. It wasn't until the 16th to 17th century that we got our modern timeline from the works of Joseph Scaliger and the Jesuit Dionysius Petavius. This is where we get our mainstream history. Questioning the Scaligerian chronology is also not
Just reading something.
a recent phenomenon.
I seen the J word somewhere, so I was just looking at it.
Doubts about the traditional historical timeline date back centuries, as several prominent scholars and thinkers have long voiced concerns over its accuracy. Notable skeptics include the Salamanca University professor de Arcija, who argued in his works that the history of the classical age was actually concocted during the medieval period. Similarly, Jesuit historian John Ardouin believed that much of the classical literature that we know today was produced in monasteries in the 16th century. German scholar Robert Baldauf, through rigorous philological analysis, posited that not just ancient history, but the history of the early Middle Ages too, was largely a Renaissance fabrication. In the English-speaking world, Edwin Johnson critically evaluated the Scaligerian chronology, suggesting that historical events such as the Argonauts' voyage occurred much closer to our time than traditionally believed. Even Sir Isaac Newton, the eminent scientist, also embarked on a significant revision of ancient chronologies. He argued that the events of ancient Greece and Egypt happened much later than recorded, proposing that the timeline should be shortened by hundreds, if not thousands of years. Thus, the critique of Scaliger's chronology has deep historical roots, involving a diverse array of scholars who have variously challenged the authenticity and accuracy of our accepted historical timeline. The Scaligerian timeline was created based on numerical information collected from the Bible and astronomical calculations. During the 16th century, the creation of the world was also used as a starting point for dating of events. However, one miscalculation would mean errors consisting of hundreds or thousands of years. There are many different
Sorry, what's up? Who's here? Who's up in here still? Dang, I went up there and still didn't get more drink. Who's up in here? If you're in here, say, what's up, dude? What's up, dude? I'm up in the motherfucking live, bro. I'm up in here, 10 on YouTube, 15 on Twitch, 3 on Facebook. Here we are, wasabi. The kids up there be kidding, bro. Cletus 1, Cletus 2, and Cletus 3 be bumping heads today, bro.
variations on the date of the creation of the world, and had been the subject of debate for centuries. There were up to 20 different variations of this exact date of the creation of the world, with a range of up to 3,000 years. All other events in history were counted based on this date, which if the date were wrong, would displace all the other events on the timeline by a significant amount. Some were hesitant to embrace that Jesus of Nazareth walked the earth, opting instead to view him as a metaphor for celestial phenomena or cataclysmic events. Yet this perspective overlooks a crucial aspect of historical integrity. By questioning the existence of Christ, one inadvertently challenges the very fabric of our mainstream historical narrative. Consider the testimony of several pivotal figures from antiquity, whose accounts validate the life and impact of Jesus. Take, for instance, Tacitus, one of Rome's greatest historians. In his seminal work,
Yeah, Cletus cubed.
Annals, he chronicles the execution of Christ under Pontius Pilate during the reign of Emperor Tiberius. Tacitus's reliability and detailed approach to historical documentation lend substantial credibility to his accounts, positioning them as foundational texts in Roman historiography. Further corroborative evidence comes from Flavius Josephus, a Jewish historian who penned Antiquities of the Jews. Despite his Jewish heritage and non-Christian biases, Josephus mentions Jesus in a manner that supports the New Testament narratives, referring to him as a wise man and a doer of wonderful works. His writings serve as a critical non-Christian source that acknowledges Jesus' existence.
I never got your DM. Who's up in here? If you're here, say what's up. First time hearing about medieval Jesus. Just make sure you guys got this real quick. We gotta get the crew together. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get everybody up in here. Let me make sure y'all are up in here. What's up, Scruffmeister? We see you right there, joining the Discord. Get everybody in the Discord. Get up in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. Here we are, just dropped it on all platforms. Discord, get up in there, bro. Get up in there. We in there. I looked for your DM, bro. I don't see your DM. Oh, Scott, right there. Oh, I see it right there. The tune behind the Star Spangled Banner. I'll check that out, bro. Hell yeah, I'll check that out, player. Thank you. Let's get back up over here.
Moreover, Pliny the Younger, a Roman governor, provides a bureaucratic glimpse into how early Christians revered Christ. In his letters to Emperor Trajan, he discusses the treatment of Christians, noting their worship of Christ as a deity. Even the Talmud contains passages that some scholars believe refer to Jesus, offering a perspective from a distinctly different cultural and religious context. Suetonius, another esteemed Roman...
What's up, Lacey Lane? She's in the house. What's up, dude? What's up, dude?
historian, touches upon the early Christian disturbances in Rome, instigated by one Christus. Some scholars interpret this as a reference to Christ, which aligns with biblical accounts of early Christian evangelism under hostile conditions. Lastly, Lucian the Samosata, a Syrian satirist, mentions Christians and their worship of a crucified leader. His satirical work indirectly attests to the profound impact Jesus had on his followers, shaping their beliefs and practices. These historical testimonies, spanning various genres and originating from authors with diverse backgrounds, collectively suggest the existence of Jesus. Now, that's not to say that these authors are telling the truth, or that they even existed. However, to dismiss Jesus as a non-historical figure is to undermine the credibility of numerous historical documents and the very scholars who penned them. It suggests a conspiracy of silence and falsehoods that transcends cultures and centuries. For those who consider history a reliable witness to the human past, the denial of Christ's existence is not merely a rejection of religious doctrine, but also a dismissal of the historical method itself. Thus, if you're an agnostic who denies the historical existence of historical
What
method...
a trippy-ass fucking picture, huh? So weird-ass pic, dude. It's a weird-ass one, bro.
...itself. Thus, if you're an agnostic who denies the historical existence of Jesus, you must also question the integrity of the mainstream historical timeline we have been entrusted with. For the purposes of our discussion, let's proceed under the assumption that Jesus indeed existed.
Can we just ask up in the chat? There's no right or wrong answer. I just am curious. Facebook, whether it's you, whether it's YouTube, it's Twitch, do you guys believe in Jesus? That it looks like an acacia tree, huh? DMT packed plant, you know what I mean?
Must also question the integrity of the mainstream historical timeline we have been entrusted with. For the purposes of our discussion, let's proceed under the assumption that Jesus indeed existed. However, we remain open to the interpretation that he might also symbolize a transformative reset event in history. Now, accepting his existence, during which historical era did Jesus live? Well, as noted, the medieval artists seem to believe that he was a contemporary, but is there any more evidence to support this? In the case of the Shroud of Turin, widely revered as one of Christianity's most sacred relics, traditionally believed to bear the imprint of Christ's crucified body, the shroud supposedly dates back to the 1st century AD. However, a pivotal study conducted in 1988 yielded startling results, suggesting a medieval origin. 3 prominent laboratories, Oxford University, Arizona University, and the Swiss Technological Institute in Zurich, undertook radiocarbon dating of the shroud, and their findings indicated that the linen fabric was produced between the 11th and 13th centuries. This revelation has stirred significant debate, leaving us with 3 potential conclusions. 1. The Shroud of Turin might be a medieval forgery. 2. The radiocarbon dating could be flawed, containing errors of several centuries. And 3. If the shroud is authentic, it may indeed be from the medieval period, prompting questions about the exact timeline of Christ's life. The implications of these findings extend beyond the shroud itself, spotlighting broader doubts about the reliability of radiocarbon dating when applied to historical artifacts. However, there is a compelling legend from the East, known as the Image of Edessa, that may lend more credibility to the authenticity of the shroud. According to this story, the image was miraculously imprinted on a cloth when it was placed over the face of Jesus. This cloth, believed to have been sent to King Abgar of Edessa to cure him of leprosy, bears a striking similarity to the descriptions of the Shroud of Turin. If this is the case, then that would imply that Christ lived during the 12th century. There is another piece of evidence. In the book Astrology from 1826, by English physician and astrologer Ebenezer Sibley, there's a zodiac with a horoscope containing the date for the birth of Christ. In the center, we see there's an inscription detailing this. Through the use of astrological software, the date was calculated to be December 25th, 1151 AD. Those who follow the phantom time hypothesis are well aware that our history could have been displaced by 1,000 years. One of the most well-known examples of this is with the dating of documents. During the 15th, 16th, and 17th centuries, dates were written differently than they are today. There were two forms of recording the name of the Savior: the letter I, the first letter of Jesus, or Iesa, and the letter X, signifying Christ. So when writing 300 years after the birth of Christ, you would write I 300, the year 300 from Jesus. This was also done with the X. This can be seen on the engraving by Albrecht Dürer, with 1524 showing clearly an I with a dot between the 524. There is also an 18th century Russian naval chart that didn't even put the I or 1 at the beginning of the date. It simply says composed in 750, when the date is actually supposed to read 1750 in the context of the Scaligerian timeline. It seems that the Latin letter I began to be interpreted as 1,000, adding 1,000 years to human history. This may explain why we have a dark age in our historical timeline which defies all logic. Why are there so few medieval objects and structures preserved to this day? Yet there are far more ancient artifacts from before the time of Christ? It should be the other way around. Historians give us an explanation that is far more difficult to believe than the idea of manipulated timelines. They seriously tell us that after centuries of rapid progress, the ancient civilizations of Europe and Asia suddenly fell apart. All the scientific and cultural achievements of antiquity were forgotten, and for 1,000 years, people were in the darkness of ignorance. Somehow Latin turns into a crude primitive language, art disappears, coinage is abolished, and in general, glimpses of intellectual work, especially in the early Middle Ages, are accidental and a single phenomenon. Then, allegedly only during the 15th and 16th centuries during the Renaissance did people suddenly remember all the discoveries of the ancients. Sounds suspicious, right?
Hell yeah. That's a good place to stop. I gotta go get dog food and go get my lady, my wife from work. What's up, Team Human? How are y'all doing today? What's going down? I hope y'all have a blessed day. Just trying to breathe a little bit. Take some deep breaths. That's all I'm trying to do for a second, bro. Love you guys. Thank you guys for coming to hang out for sure. Happy to see you today. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream will be probably around 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Right now where I'm at, it's 3 p.m. 3 p.m. So whatever time it is now, tomorrow, 4 hours from now, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I love you guys. No one's told you today. I'm proud of you. I see you. Shine bright, my fellow humans. We are the resistance.